Welcome back to Who That in here with the reigning music masters, Fanshawn. Tell me how you feeling.
I'm feeling great.
So Fanshawn, here, Who That, we like to figure out who are you? So what was the first moment you knew the music things for you? Tell me, but I don't know if it was one, two, three, four in the choir. When did you know that I'm going to do music?
Well, it might be cliche to say, well, I knew I could sing from I was small, but really from like the age of 5, 6, I really got into singing. I mean, it might have been annoying to the family, but that's when I realized that I had a real love for music.
So you were in like I think 6, 7, a million bands. Just talk to me about why you got into band life instead of going the route of I want to be Fanshawn the singer and make singles. Why wasn't that your first? Why did you first go into bands? Or maybe you were. I never know. This is what who that is for.
Well, usually persons would start off in a band and then go solo. Well, I was kind of backwards because I'm different. Okay, I actually started off as a solo artist with Super Mario Entertainment. Shout out to y'all. But it was kind of boring to me, I couldn't really have fun playing off tracks and stuff like that. So I took a break from the solo thing, and then I went into the band about 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago I should say. And that was just like a totally different experience for me, being able to play with the band. Like I would say, like, okay, I love interacting with the crowd. Singing off tracks, you can't really do that, So it was a greater experience for me, and I was like, you know what, I love doing this. And I started off with Sky Juice Band. That's the first band I was sang with, and I'm still with them right now. And then I just morphed into other bands such as Avant Garden, which is a rock band, which is like a complete 180 from Sky Juice, because Sky Juice is all genres, but it's more of a rake and scrape band, Bahamian feel. Avant Garden, we play Sing Your Frogs Fridays and Saturday nights, and it's more like a rock band, so it was something different for me, and I love it. Also Blue Connection band, the members from that as well. We also started out with Sky Juice band, but everybody grew and they developed their own band as well. So every now and again, I'm still singing with Blue Connection band as well, just to keep that home feel.
So I really like how your main band is Raking straight, because most bands now, so they really just cover the R&B, the top 40, the hip hop, but you're Raking straight. Talk to me what goes into having a rake and scrape band, because I feel that's the best music in the world.
Listen, when I first started out with Sky Juice, I knew absolutely nothing about rake and scrape, okay? I learned rake and scrape from Bloody, big up to Mr. Crab's house, and Ebony as well. And I love it because it's my culture. I was like, well, why didn't I ever take an interest in rake and scrape to begin with? But it's so much fun doing what's innate to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like I said, it's natural to you. It's our culture. And because it's my culture, I wanted to explore it more. So doing the rake and scrape thing, it was like amazing, man. I love it. I picked that over anything else.
Talk to me about where all Sky Juice, well, just Sky Juice, with any band taking you all over the islands or maybe even the States?
Sky Juice band has actually been all over, many different islands and homecomings and so forth. We even got a chance to go to Turks and Caicos about a year or two ago. The experience was awesome, and I was actually surprised in Turks and Caicos because they play more rake and scrape music than the band.
They do.
I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, So that opened my eye as well. Also, a few weeks ago, I traveled along with the Ministry of Tourism. We went to New York, and I sang along with the Spank Band, Aristar and the Spank Band. They're awesome band.
They like to call themselves the Spank Orchestra. I gotta make sure I say the orchestra.
Exactly, the orchestra. I mean, they are amazing musicians. Everybody's just awesome. The music was awesome. We all had a great chemistry. It was wonderful.
Let's just rewind a bit. So the reason why you got to that, because you were the current music master. Talk to me about Digg Up Da Road. Digg Up Da Road. Talk to me about Digg Up Da Road. Just talk to me about entering the competition, making the top 20, making the top 10, and finally winning on the main night.
Well, the story is somewhat funny. I wrote the song to work because I just was in the right mood. Not on demand time. Pick up the Blue Lagoon Island. Okay? But I wrote the song to work, and it was actually inspired by, it was around Junkanoo time. The music, I love Junkanoo. My first time ever going to Junkanoo was like last year. Yeah, it was last year. It was my first time going to a Junkanoo parade, and the reason being is because everybody in Sky Juice band is a part of Junkanoo. Like, I didn't realize Junkanoo was a totally different world until I joined Sky Juice band. It was that serious. So you could kind of say they christened me in one family Junkanoo group, but it was inspired by Junkanoo. A lot of persons who are surrounded by me. They always talk about their experiences, with Junkanoo. Oh, but they couldn't touch us in music, and but we carry on bad. Y'all couldn't see our dances and so forth. But something stuck out with one of the conversations that they were having. Oh, y'all ain't gonna see us this year on the, or how they say this morning, y'all ain't gonna see us this morning. We can dig up the road. It's like, you can dig up the road. What y'all dealing with? What you talking about, So I liked that quote. So I took it and I ran with it. I came up with the song. Year before last, I attended the first Junkanoo Carnival, Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival, and it was pretty good. I was on the sidelines, I was watching all of the artists and stuff, and I wouldn't say I was critiquing, I was more in awe, because I was like, look at the talent that we have here in the Bahamas. It was amazing. And then with Marshall Montano, he actually did a great job as well. Did an awesome job with the Garland song.
Amazing.
It was awesome. The crowd response he got from that as well. So I just was like, you know what? Let me see if I could do a soca. Or how they say, junka soca sound, So I came up with it. My band leaders, Corey Cartwright and Trico Johnson, they came up with the music. Awesome musicians, They write music for One Family Junkanoo group, and they're also police officers, and they play along with the Royal Bahamas Police Band. So they're great musicians. They came up with the music, and automatically we knew it was something awesome, and they were like, man, Fanshawn, put this in the competition. I was like, no, I'm not gonna put it in the competition. I'm not gonna embarrass myself. I'm not gonna do that. No. But I still did it, and like a month or two went by, and I was like, y'all see, I told you they're not gonna like the song. It's just something that we like. Until like a week or two after that, I got a text, not a text, but a email on my phone. It was like, all music masters. I was a music masters. Hold on, what? I made it. So I called them up and I was like, "Yo, the song made it." Mm-hmm. So it was like awesome. But the process after that, they call it boot camp. It was a boot camp. Trust me, especially for us who had 9 to 5s, mm-hmm. It was a boot camp. So we really made a sacrifice. The interviews, the shows that we had to do, radio interviews, everything. It was all a great experience as well. And it actually hyped us up to the actual main events. So it was a great experience. The whole entire thing was a great experience.
And me and my co-workers and everyone who was in the media that night said you were the best performance in Freeport. So tell me what's going through your mind, because I spoke to you afterwards and you didn't believe me until they called your name. So just talk to me about how you felt on that stage, and trust me, the world was in awe.
In Freeport, I was terrified. I looked at my fiance. That was the first time I was ever really afraid, And I spoke to my fiance. I was like, John. He's like, what? I was like, I'm scared. He's like, "Wait, stop joking. Go on the stage and do what you do." So I was like, okay. Went on the stage. I couldn't feel my knees to begin with. And, I was just like, you know what? This is just a regular performance. Just do what you normally do. I wasn't putting on. That's Fanshawn. Anybody who knows Fanshawn could tell you, when I get into my music, I get into my music, okay? Mm. So I got into it. And what was actually amazing to me, to the point where I almost cried on stage, everybody's singing the song. They know the words. I'm talking about from the crowd to the persons in the tents, everybody's singing the song. And what really almost made me pass out was at the end when I got the great crowd response, asking everybody to jump up in the air and jump up and wave and stuff. It looked like a huge wave coming from the back, and you were there. Mm-hmm. You saw how many persons were there. Agreed. From the back coming straight to the front. I was just like, oh my God. So at that point, I just freaked out on the stage, ran on top of the drum, started screaming, and, it was just amazing. After that, everybody was like, that was great. I was like, you think so? Thanks.
And a great story. Most of you know I started Hudak because of my artist J Complex, and his first mixtape came out in 2011, Underdog. It's a song featuring Fanshawn. It's like, oh, this is the same Fanshawn. Just talk to me about that process working with James.
That was actually my first time recording. Wow. Yeah, and we did it at his house in his sister's room. I don't know if she knew that, but yeah, we did that in her room, and it was awesome. We were young. I would say kids. We were kids, probably 17. I was probably about 16, and it was awesome. And from then, persons saw talent within me. And I was like, boy, James, you do music. How do you do this? You awesome with this stuff, man. Not knowing that I would have been doing recordings after that. So that was like I said, it was my first time, so it pretty much just I wouldn't say nurtured me into more studio time and stuff like that. After that, I going in the studio, I'll be like, okay, well, I did this before, I know what to do, so everything just came naturally after that. So big ups to J Complex for putting me in the studio my very first time. It was awesome.
So you have a year as a range for Music Masters, but what are you up to for the next couple of months? You know, your bands, any performances, any music videos, any new songs? What is Fanshawn up to?
Well, I do have about 2 new songs. One is actually a R&B ballad, which I'm pretty much known for. And the next is a Rake and Scrape song, strictly Rake and Scrape, okay? So I'm working on that right now, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to speak about this, but I can do it anyway, so everybody can look forward to it. A lot of the local artists are coming together and doing something for conservation. We know that in conch, pretty much, it rough right now, you know, they picking up the babies and stuff like that, so we're actually coming together and we're doing something with that as well, so they can look out for that pretty soon. And also with the bands, we doing some new stuff, y'all can see it pretty soon. I ain't gonna speak about that just yet, but coming up with some new ideas.
Well, we know we need to get your social media game up, but where can they find you?
Fanshawn Taylor. I don't have an actual artist page because I love to keep everything personal with persons who follow me. Fanshawn Taylor is my Facebook name. Fanshawn _ Taylor at Instagram. On Instagram, you can follow me on that as well. And like I said, I love to keep it personal. So you message me, I message you back. Persons who are interested in music, I have a listening ear. So hit me up.
This has been Who Dat.
Let's dig up the road, we gotta carry on bad. Dance till you're soaking wet from sun up to sundown. Nothing but energy, come and follow me. Our Junkanoo sound is calling me. For the first time I hitting the road. Sky juice band jamming out of control. Gonna tell everybody, it's time to join this party. Let's just celebrate life, gonna get loose and unwind. Set me free and let me run through the crowd. Yeah, it's Bahamian and they don't know I'm proud. It's the excitement of it all. I gonna dance and have a ball. I gonna wind up my waist, jump up and wave, chuck to the bass, bust up the place, scream and shout cause it's the Junkanoo way. Let's dig up the road, we gotta carry on bad. Dance till we soaking wet from sun up to sundown. Nothing but energy, come and follow me. Our Junkanoo sound is calling me.